good and all, but it could really use a WarioWare game. We need gold power now! Get ready, man, because you're about to see some exciting things.
Gold sequence has been initiated. Gold mode activated.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, so let's get started. Well, hello there. And welcome back. Today, I bring you a game that I was super excited to get. Yep, that's right. I'm talking about the super mega ultra awesome diddy yada whatever WarioWare Gold. Yeah, sorry if you waited a long time for me to do this video, but here it is. Yeah. Ever since I first started to get into the WarioWare series, I've waited a long time to see a new WarioWare game. There hasn't been a WarioWare game for like 9 straight years. Well, 6 straight years, if you count Game & Wario as a WarioWare game. Yeah. But let me tell you that there hasn't been like a real WarioWare game released since WarioWare DIY. But that's about to change though. Yeah. WarioWare Gold has a lot of stuff. And I mean it this time. It has like 300 different microgames. And yes, even the back of the box makes a point about this. And so does the front of the box. Yeah, what's inside the game is, well, not much. It's basically just like a paper. Well, there's no instruction manual in this game this time because the 3DS has a built-in instruction manual. And you get, what else? The game itself. Well, there's not much there. But you do get some cool artwork on the front though. Alright, let's get going. I am desperate to review this game, so let's do it! Yeah, I had to move the iMac out of the way first. Yeah, this is my 3DS. You've probably seen it before. Alright, we waited long enough, so let's pop this sucker in. Yeah, I've waited a long time for this game. Yeah, there's the intro that I've already seen in the demo version of the game, but this is the full version though. And one thing I have to point out is that the game has fully, it has fully voice acted cutscenes, unlike the previous games, where it only has text. Well, the cutscenes and stuff. But but this time around it's fully voice acted though. You get the idea. There's not much I can say about this that has already been said about the in the demo. But the whole idea, the plot of the game is that Wario is hosting a video game tournament in the Diamond City Stadium. Yeah, and that's the gist. And of course, he has some sort of gold thing that will come into the into play in the plot later. Yeah, there's Mona.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Are you breaking up? Oh, so will you make some games for me or what? Hey, Ashley.
I've already talked about her new looks in the demo.
Hey, it's me. Me. Wario. That'll do it. The money's as good as mine. Those saps fall for it every time.
Let's do it. Hey, that's my me. I based her on her original appearance from WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. Because, well, that game wasn't released at the time. And neither has Mona's new looks have been revealed at the time. Alright. Yeah, let's go take a look at the story. First up is the MASH League. Yeah, and of course the first stage is the Wario stage, of course. So yeah, we're gonna do these stages in order.
Give it your all. You chumps ready to mash some stuff?
Yeah, this is basically just a tutorial level, like a sort of training level. You've probably already seen this in the demo version of the game itself.
Now then, make like a potato and mash.
Yeah, since this is a story-driven game, we're gonna have to take a look at the ending cutscenes, because this game actually has a plot. Yeah, they went back to the D-pad style controls for this stage, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah. There's nothing better than thinking about those times where you press the button and the D-pad and played the. Well, there's nothing better than remembering the times when you had nothing but the D-pad and the button while you played WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. Those are good times. Watch closely. Yep, there's two there.
Not bad.
Alright, we're going up to the boss stage. And here we go. Yeah, I like how the boss stage and this microgame stage, of course. Oh! I'll try again. I was talking while I was playing the game. That always happens. Alright, so I restarted the stage. As I was saying, I like how the boss stage and the Wario Mash microgame stage is a tribute to Wario Land. Yeah, you can tell that because Wario's using his signature dash attack. And of course, I want to point out to the people who say that WarioWare is nothing more than a crap spin-off series. Well, guess what? Wario Land is a spin-off series in itself. It originated as a sequel to Super Mario Land, and then it became its own series. So technically, it's a spin-off series to the Mario series, so you might want to reconsider saying that statement. Not to mention, I don't mind WarioWare. I love WarioWare. In fact, I love both Wario Land and WarioWare, so there. I think we're almost there. I just gotta jump on that spring. And we did it!
More.
Oh, and here's something I have to note. After you completed a microgame stage on repeat playthroughs, you get like a thing where coins fall down. Well, at least in the Wario stages. I'm not sure about the other microgame stages. Alright, let's go take a look at the ending cutscene. Alright, so you want to know how you view the cutscenes after you've beaten the microgame stages in the story mode? Well, it confused me at first. I just thought that you would go up to the index. No, that's just a thing to play the microgames. If you want to play one at a time rather than playing multiple of them. Alright, so here's how you do it. You go up to this icon, Arcade. And of course you get the capsule machine. Where you can buy stuff with your gold coins. And of course this is the toy room. Yeah. And that's how you do it. Yeah, so there are two different endings. Yeah, so let's go take a look at the...
You beat the Mash League warm-up. Guess now I can crank up the heat. Time to bring out the games made by my flunkies in Diamond City. Jimmy T is up first.
Yeah, so after you've completed the stage, you of course proceed onto the Jimmy T stage, and that's where we're going next. Next up is the Jimmy T stage.
Let's dance.
And yeah, Jimmy T appears in this game.
Over there, see? I can't believe
Wait, he's not just cute, he's cool. He's a disco man. He dances to the wildest disco beats. Yeah, that's my description of Jimmy T. So the gist of this cutscene is that two girls are attracted to him. And of course they take pictures of him. Multiple pictures of him.
Wow, that was something. These pics are so good. Can we get a few more?
The pics I take on the cell phone are cars. Lots and lots of cool cars. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, so, like always, the Jimmy T stage, of course, is centered around sport-related things. That means, like, the microgames, of course, have, like, a sport theme to them. So it's sort of similar to WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames and WarioWare DIY, where the microgame stages have different genres. Alright, we're just going to skip ahead and go up to the boss stage. Alright, so up to the boss stage. And of course, the boss stage in the Jimmy T stage is a boxing match. Just like the good old days, eh?
Fascinating. Let's boogie, baby.
Oh yeah, so the other microgame stages do have the coin thing and repeat playthroughs. As I said before, you can buy items if you gained enough coins. Alright, let's move on to the stage with my favorite WarioWare character and my waifu. But first, we gotta take a look at the ending cutscene.
Thank you. This totally made our night. Let me send you the best shot.
Groovy. Huh? Oh, kitty.
See ya. Your cat is so cute. The cutest.
Let's roll.
Yeah, there's a cat on Jimmy T's head. And no, Jimmy T is no stranger to cats, since he's been dancing with cats in WarioWare Smooth Moves.
Mona.
And so we begin the microgame stage of my favorite WarioWare girl, my favorite WarioWare character, my favorite Nintendo girl, my favorite Mario girl, my personal waifu of choice, and Wario's girlfriend, Mona.
Let's do this with style.
Yeah, there's the cutscene.
I don't know where to start.
And yes, I have seen this before the game was even released, because Game Explain had
Yes,
a
my big party's tonight.
video posted on
I still
of it
don't
on
have a
YouTube.
dress.
Let's try this. Close your eyes and then imagine your perfect dress. Great. Go ahead and describe it to me.
It's extravagant like a parfait and cute like a plushie.
I think I can work with that.
And super cool like Wario.
Cool? Wario?
Yeah, he's my fashion icon. I love him. And that stash.
Stash? What?
Yep, there you have it.
Two jump,
Wario and Mona
tie,
is now canon.
fashion.
What?
It makes sense, considering that
But anyhow,
Mona is Wario's Princess Peach.
Well, I'm not
Well,
sure.
Wario's equivalent of Princess Peach.
So, like a parfait.
And Mona has something in her that Princess Peach does not.
You really think I've got style? Maybe I should consider wearing this tie more often.
I have to say, Mona does have good taste in men,
tell me what you think.
and that's fact.
Oh, coming!
Alright, so unlike the other microgame stages, I'm not actually going to skip over some microgames and not go straight to the boss stage, because there's a reason for it, and we'll get to it in a sec.
Looking good.
Alright, so every time you complete a microgame in the Mona stage, Mona wears a different outfit. And she looks great in any one of them.
Totally amazing. That's how it's done. Looking good.
Yeah, there's the pink dress.
Way to go.
Yeah, and there's another different looking dress.
Looking good.
Oh, and there's a another dress that well, there's a different looking dress while you after you've completed the boss stage, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Keep up, okay?
Oh, 5.
No way.
Well, that's what happens when you fail to complete a microgame and lose life. Well, Mona wears a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Totally amazing.
Alright, let's just go over to the boss stage. Oh, and I also have to note that there's a microgame in this stage where you have to pick a specific car that the person has to go into while pick like his car or vehicle. And I mention this because I have an obsession with cars and wheeled vehicles. I mean, why else do you think I have a huge collection of racing games? I just love those vroom vroom fast cars.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Start. Awesome.
And of course the boss stage in this microgame stage is
Last one. Well done.
yeah, there's the dress I was talking about. What do you think? I think it looks awesome. And I plan to replicate that design on a Mazda 787B in Gran Turismo Sport. But it's going to be complex though. It's going to be one of my hardest works. So yeah, I like how the boss stage is a tribute to the original boss stage in the Mona microgame stage in WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames. So, thumbs up right there. Alright, let's go take a look at the ending cutscene. Alright, so here's the ending cutscene of the Mona stage.
I call that a success. Hey, I was thinking,
What is it?
maybe you should come to the party tonight. There'll be lots of cool people.
Mona buys a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, she's bought a lot of
so nice
stuff.
of you to think of me. It has been a while since I put myself out there.
Oh no, I'm late for my own party.
Of course, I don't know what I would
See
wear.
you later, bye.
But if you think I've got style, Mona? Wait up!
And of course, well, she carries on the tradition of being late to one of her things, and she hurries up. So it's nice that they still remember her personality and some important aspects of her. Yeah, and also she carries the tradition of being cute as heck and hot as heck, but not going too far in the fan service like a lot of the Fire Emblem, well, at least the a lot of the ones that are a lot of the characters in the Fire Emblem games that are female, and of course the Senran Kagura girls. Yeah, characters like those that go too far in the fan service. Yeah, she's not like those characters at all. She's cute as heck, hot as heck, but doesn't go too far in the fan service. You get the idea. Alright. Alright. It's Dribble and Spitz's turn. Is it me, or does Dribble and Spitz's voice sound a lot like Toa Onawa's voice in the two Bionicle movies? And Spitz, his voice kind of reminds me of the Air Toa in the two Bionicle movies, and the Toa Stone in the two Bionicle movies as well. You know, Bionicle 2 Legends of Metronomy and Bionicle 3 Web of Shadows. Yeah. Can't remember what their names are, but I know about Onawa and Fakama. Fakama's one of the main characters. I'm thinking too much about Bionicle. So, all you need to know is that just like in the previous WarioWare games, Dribble and Spitz is flying their taxi in space. That's all you need to know. And an octopus appears on the car. A space octopus. There's not much you need to know about that after that. Yeah, it's that one. Alright, let's proceed to the boss stage. Alright, so up to the boss stage.
You got this, kid.
Let's do this. Yeah, the boss stage in the Dribble and Spitz stage sort of reminds me of the boss stage in the Cat and Anna stage in WarioWare Twisted. And they added a button where you can shoot. So it's sort of like a crossbreed of the Cat and Anna boss stage in WarioWare Twisted and the Dribble and Spitz boss stage in WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, which I do like, by the way. I'm a huge fan of shmups. Let's take that nose down. Alright, we took it down.
I'll take it. Break it in.
Alright, so here's the ending of the Dribble and Spitz stage.
Good work, Dribble. Now, who's next?
That's it. We chased them all off.
Oh, are you saying?
In case you're wondering, yes, they get away from the aliens.
That's nuts. We're alive.
See that? All you gotta do is stay cool.
Yeah, cool.
Exactly. It's like that old saying, fortune favors the cool.
Let's just go home.
Ain't life grand, Dribble? Ain't life grand?
Yeah, so there you have it. Alright, it's 5Volt's turn.
5 volts.
Have at it, cute mother.
Do your best.
Yeah, with those looks, she looks more like her sister than, I mean, she looks more like his sister than his mother.
9 volt is home soon. I'd better start on dinner.
Hey, shoppers. It's time to sparkle.
Or not. This looks good.
See it, like it, buy it, own it, love it. And it is a hot new frying pan.
You know,
Frying pan?
It's tough enough. Go to
if I was living in the WarioWare universe, I would have 5Volt as my wife and 9Volt as my son. Pretty awesome family, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the gist of this cutscene is that 5-Volt gets excited about frying pans that's seen on TV.
Maybe I will.
You two can bench press these pans. Art muscle's just the absolute best. We'll get started right after.
And of course, well, you'll see what happens. Well, she eventually gets one of those pans. Spoiler alert, by the way. And of course, this is the Nintendo stage. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, that unlike the previous games, there's actually three different Nintendo themed stages in the game. So yeah, thumbs up right there. In case you haven't gotten enough Nintendo stages, they give you 3. Yeah, and yet again, they are also one of my favorite stages in the game. Why? Because I love me some classic Nintendo games. Doo 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 doo. Good old Donkey Kong Country. Remember that game? It's a good old game made by Rareware themselves. Back when Nintendo worked with Rareware. Nowadays they're with Microsoft. Yeah, Rareware's with Microsoft nowadays. Yeah, you know the whole story. I don't need to explain it. Let's just proceed to the boss. Here we go.
Good luck.
I like how she has brown eyes, by the way. Yeah, she's got espresso colored eyes.
Look at that. Here's your reward.
Alright.
Great job.
Yeah, so, I might actually do a character comparison of 5-Volt and Mona, considering that they're the 2 best female characters in the game. So yeah, watch out for that video. It's gonna be sort of like those comparison videos that Hammer Studios makes. So, be on the lookout. What I meant to say was Hammer Studios Gaming. He does a lot of Gran Turismo related videos and car comparisons. Alright, let's take a look at her ending stage.
I'm home. Ready to eat? Made hamburgers. Yes!
Oh! 9-Volt drops his 3DS.
Problem solved. No way!
Man, she's strong. She lifted an entire cabinet. That needs to become an internet meme. It's so good that it needs to become an internet meme. 5-Volt lifting the cabinets. Or shelves, or whatever they are. That moment when you realize that you have the strength to lift an entire shelf of things. Or something like that. You can make your own quotes. Yeah. One of the best cutscenes in WarioWare Gold, aside from the Mona, the cutscenes in the Mona stage. Gotta love those Mona stages, man. Oh, and I forgot to mention that every time you play the story mode on the first playthrough, you of course get a cutscene of this little girl.
That Wario guy is the worst. Oh, wipe that stupid mustache right off of his stupid face. Yeah! Rainbow!
Now, who is she? Well, you're about to see who she is later in this video. Yep, it's the new character. Next up is the Wario Twist stage.
Ready for this? Alright, Stooges, time to twist some stars. So watch this. You're going to tilt this thing right and left, right, left, right, left.
Yeah, you've probably seen this before in my demo vid, WarioWare Gold demo video.
It's the one with the A on it. Hey, why aren't you twisting stuff yet?
Yeah, you get the idea. Doo-doo. It feels good to accomplish a microgame. You gotta think, and you gotta think fast. Alright, let's just skip over to the boss stage. Here we go, we're up to the boss stage. And yeah, I sort of like this boss stage, by the way, as it reminds me of the boss stage in the Cat Nana stage in WarioWare Smooth Moves. Yeah. And if you crash into something, well, you fail. You have to be careful not to crash the Wario car. Oh, watch out for the gorillas! Truck, not monkey! Yeah, I had to make that reference because I saw a couple gorillas on the road, and one of the things that comes to mind whenever I think about gorillas is Optimus Primal from Beast Wars. Oh. Get up. Get the coins, we got 80. Alright, let's move on to the next stage. But of course, I can't move on to my favorite roasting target or whipping girl unless if I look at the ending cutscene first.
What? You beat my warm-up already? I'm making this too easy for you. Yeah, well, my flunkies in Diamond City will put you through the ringer. Starting with Ashley and Red. Good luck. Yeah.
Ashley. I'm looking forward to roasting her. I'm ready to roast her. Yeah, and the second ending, well,
You're kidding me. You beat my warm-up?
it's basically a shorter version of the first ending. Alright, it's time to roast this evil and bitter witch once and for all. Because it's Ashley's turn.
Ashley. Red.
Seriously, Red needs to be with a better person. Ashley's rude. Let's begin the roast. Let the roasting begin.
Hocus pocus.
Ugh, she sounds so drowsy.
You did it, Ashley! You're a natural at this summoning thing. Why don't I translate for you?
Yeah.
Something about
So she basically summoned a monster
Oh, the poor guy.
because her magic is not very effective.
We got a big problem.
Apparently.
Hungry's
Well, her magic basically stinks.
Really? He's famous in the demon realm.
Yeah, just listen to her. She sounds so drowsy.
Hungry can eat and eat and eat, but it's never enough. Something inside him always wants more. I'll take care of it. You?
Oh, so that's why this character is popular. Yeah, I'm quoting Vine Sauce here.
I don't have to come, do I? Obviously, you're my ride.
Yeah, even Vine Sauce himself can't stand
Okay, I can
Ashley.
defeat this Dark Lord of yours. Just wait here.
And he made a point about the creepier side of Ashley's fandom.
How did you what?
Yeah, I fully support Vinesauce's opinion on Ashley. Yeah, even Vinesauce himself, who is a Nintendo expert, can't stand Ashley, and I definitely agree with him. But let's play the stage. Alright. I got some roasting tactics for you. I got some roasting tactics for her. Bear with me for a sec. Are you ready? Take that, Ash. The spider's gonna eat ya. I want to see Ashley end up in the Viscerac web. That's a good predicament for her. Oh, and Ashley, I never want to be with your fan base again. Has a creepy side. Alright, let's move on to the boss. I got another roasting tactic coming up. And this time I'm not going to use a Bionicle set. Let's get ready. Well, we lost a life.
You must be cursed.
Oh, you little brats! How dare you say that to me? I'm close to roaring like Makuta Pterodox here. I can't wait to make my fanfic where Ami Onuki from Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi gets revenge on Ashley. Alright, let's move on to the boss stage. Alright. We're up to the boss stage of this bitter teenage brat, and yes, the description in WarioWare Touched does classify her as a 15-year-old, by the way. Which means that, of course, well, she's not an adult at all. I don't look at her as an adult. I just don't see her as an adult. I see her as, like, a 15-year-old, or at least someone that's younger than Mona.
One last shot.
Yeah, so yeah, the boss stage is, well, it sort of reminds me of the one in the Orbulon stage in WarioWare Twisted. That's the same premise. But you don't want to fail this one, trust me. You don't want to Ashley insulting you or any other player. She's rude. She's very rude. She hasn't changed her attitude at all. She definitely needs to go to an anger management course and control her anger. Yeah. You're crossing the kids and emus. Or ostriches. Kids and emus. Oh man. That sounds like a thing that would make it to many internet meme. A kid and his emu. Alright. Completed the boss stage.
Should be fun.
Sounds so drowsy. Yeah. Alright. Let's do this again. I've slit her throat. Let's just move on to the other stage, because I can't bear to look at Ashley anymore. I almost forgot about the cutscenes. the ending ones. Let's go take a look at the ending cutscene of Ashley's stage.
It's finished. Yeah, just look at Hungry now. The only thing he's craving is a big ol' hug. Speaking of cravings, let's eat.
Alright. Get off my screen, you evil witch! It's Dr. Crygor's turn. Yeah, next up is the Dr. Crygor stage.
Why must fungi grow in such spooky climates? I'm all goose pimply.
So the gist here is that Dr. Crygor ends up in a spooky forest. Hope he doesn't come across Mr. Skeltel.
Mike, thank God.
Well, actually he doesn't.
Yes, it is me.
But
I was worried.
he does come across
Why did you
a familiar face. Mike. Good old Mike.
Unknown signal detected.
Who could it be? Mr. Skeltel? Well, you know,
This forest.
anybody could be spooked by the spooky trumpet, and don't go bother throwing milk at him because it'll just make him stronger.
Because pranks are incompatible.
Good bones and calcium, get it?
Who are you?
Initiate greeting sequence.
Well, it's not Mr. Skeltel, but it's a maid robot.
Tyrannosaurus 1, abandoned by my creator due to activating face recognition.
This poor robot.
Face recognition complete. My creator.
Was you? You left me to die.
Oh no! So apparently the maid robot gets revenge on Dr. Crygor for abandoning her. Yeah, it's what you get if you don't take care of your creations. Man, she's crazy. Well, she's not the craziest robot ever. That honor would have to go to Rampage from Beast Wars. You know, the robot that transformed into a crab, and of course has a tank mode. Yeah, he was crazy, and of course his enemy is the cool Maximal that transforms into a manta ray named Death Charge. Well, if you guys probably seen Beast Wars, you'll probably already know that, but by now, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh! Never seen that micro game before. Well, never seen it when I first played the stage. Well, we did it. Let's move on to the boss stage. We're up to the boss stage, and no, it's not Mr. Skeltel.
Steal yourself.
It's actually reminiscent of the boss stage in the Dribble and Spit stage in WarioWare Twisted. Except that you're racing against other people in carts as well. The hurdles are easily avoidable, but watch out for the concrete walls. A minecart's worst enemy.
How advantageous. Realize your earning potential.
Alright, we got 205 coins. Let's go take a look at the ending cutscene, shall we? Yeah, this is the ending cutscene of Dr. Crygor's stage.
Tell me again, why is she here?
We couldn't abandon her in a haunted forest.
I fabricated those frequencies. Ghosts do not exist.
Yes, they do. Loading paranormal encounter. I felt it walk right through me.
Yeah, so the maid robot detects a
They're back in that forest.
paranormal frequency.
Buddy.
Apparently, Mike isn't the only robot to detect paranormal frequencies, so there you go. Next up is 18-volt stage.
Go, go, go! Yes, one day closer to summer.
Why'd you have to take him? Oh my
Yeah, so the gist here is that
Who took your game?
someone took the cat's games.
I go by 13 amp. Rapping phenomenon.
And it's a female rapper who goes by the name 13 Amp.
Never heard my name, well that's a shock. Forget my fame, you want his game, let's talk. You don't know this kid, so why do you care? It's really no big, I want it fair and square.
I was on my way home, saw this kid looking sad, wondered what was wrong, and I thought I should ask. You see the game
But apparently she finds out that 18-volt can rap as well.
Rhymes are epic and the beats are tight. With your sub
So it's sort of like,
fair fight. You wanna take the
well,
game, then hey.
WarioWare's equivalent of epic rap battles of history. Have you ever seen that video series?
better than you, but if you beat me, I'll give you my games too. Hey DJ, let the record spin. May the very best rapper standing here win.
Who's gonna win this battle? Well, you're about to find out. It's in the ending cutscene. Yeah, and it's another Nintendo theme stage. Yeah, I do like that there are 3 different Nintendo theme stages in the game, by the way. You're about to see what the 3rd one is in the towards the end of the video. Let's proceed to the boss stage. Alright, we're up to the boss stage. Oh, and I do like how the graffiti animals represent the 2 characters, by the way. Nice touch. Alright, let's go up to the boss stage of 18-volt going up against MC Amp. Yeah. And this is actually one of my favorite boss stages in the game. I like it since it's, well, it reminds me of the boss stage in the 9-volt stage in WarioWare Twisted. Alright, it's Keely Goombas. I always love the Nintendo stages in WarioWare games. They're pretty much my favorite microgame stages.
Oh yeah, earn that. Get more points. More.
Alright, let's take a look at the cutscene, the ending cutscene in this stage. 285 coins. Here we go.
You did it! Thanks, mister! Wow, you beat me. But I'll get you next time. What school you go to?
Diamond City Elementary.
There you have it.
I'm in 4th grade. If you ever
18-volt beats MC Amp.
Bested by a 4th grader.
Yeah, and even 13 Amp herself is embarrassed that she got bested by a 4th grader. Well, beaten by a 4th grader is what I'm trying to say. Let's move on to the next stage. Alright, it's Penny's turn.
Hey! Just do your best!
The girl that's more appealing than Ashley. I just think that Mona and Penny are way better characters than Ashley.
Really cracked it!
Oh, a brand new concoction.
Oh, and here's something to note.
Present to you, totally
At first, I thought that Penny was voiced by E.G. Daily, and would be like her, a step up from her role as Perry from Fire Emblem Fates. I cannot get over that.
Pop star. Of course.
But actually, she's voiced by
my guinea pig!
someone who goes by the name of Christina Wolf.
Oh, my
Can't remember correctly, but I did do some research.
It worked! You sound amazing!
I must agree. I quite like it, but
Alright,
the taste is
Christina.
worse than fermented.
I can't remember what her name is, but
Is it your stomach? There must be something.
she does sound a lot like E.G. Daily, though.
I have just the thing. This will give your belly the probiotic punch it needs. Bottoms up.
Yeah, which is why I got confused. Here we go. Ripping off the band-aid.
Keep it up! Look at that!
Alright, let's proceed to the boss stage. I lost a life because of that micro game that you can't even move the console. Yep, that micro game has returned. Yeah. You'll find out about more. You'll find out about more about why I love Penny Crygor so much in my WarioWare Smooth Moves video.
Give it your all!
Yeah. The boss stage in the Penny stage sort of reminds me of the boss stage in the Mona stage in WarioWare Smooth Moves. You know, the one where she's dressed up as like a sexy cheerleader. Yeah. Where she's dressed up in her, like, you know, she's dressed up in one of her hottest outfits. You know what I mean. You get the idea.
Good find!
Yeah.
Eureka!
Eureka! 270 coins. Alright, let's go take a look at her cutscene. Well, this is the ending cutscene to the Penny stage. I do have to point out that Penny Crygor looks more like a little girl than ever. She's basically shorter than Mona is, and I'm not actually making that up.
Feel better, Grandpa?
Much better. That really did the trick.
So, the elixir. Tell me what you think. Anything I should work on?
Maybe the agonizing stomach pains?
Right. Excellent observation.
Now, when will the effects wear off? Penny?
So yeah, the gist here is that Penny has to find a way to fix the concoction. Yeah, try to find a way to deal with the side effects. Let's move on to the next stage. Next up is the Wario Touch stage.
Ready for this?
Are you ready?
Ever wonder what this stick thingy is for?
Yeah.
The bottom screen with it. Poke, poke, poke.
I've pretty much seen this cutscene in the demo.
Move things and throw stuff, you know, like lines. And if you lose your
Yeah, basically teaches you how to
using your finger. We done?
how
Let's start
the
trying this thing out.
the game is how the stages are played. Let's move on to the boss stage. Alright, we're up to the boss stage.
Get ready.
Yeah, and of course, the objective here is to make sure that the little Warios, or tiny Warios as they call them, land safely. And on repeat playthroughs, there's more obstacles. So it actually gets harder. Yep, let's get the coins. Alright, let's take a look at the ending cutscene. Yeah, here's the ending to Wario's Touch stage.
You beat the Touch League warm-up. Yeah, cause it was super easy. Want tough? Try the games made by my flunkies in Diamond City. Yeah, we'll start things off with Cat and Anna. Ho ho!
Oh, and I almost forgot about the another cutscene involving this little girl.
5-minute face Wario! I gotta carve up!
Yeah, she's ordered a lot of food.
Hungry little guy?
was wondering where she got the money to buy all it. Yeah. So there you go. And of course, you'll find out who this girl is later in the video. But first, we gotta deal with some other little girls. Kat and Anna.
Cat, Anna.
Yeah, the two chubsters. And at first I thought, like, it wasn't possible to make Kat and Anna look cuter, but they did. They did make those already cute ninjas look cuter.
Katana! We made it. Time to crush this ninja test. In just a few hours, we could be holding real-life ninja learner's permits. Our fates rest in the hands of that ninja over there.
Yeah, and
Are you sure she's a ninja? She may not be
Leslie Swan reprises her role as Kat.
Wow.
She also reprises her role as Mona, by the way.
What's the test? Huh? To pass, we have to eat everything she dishes out.
Yeah, yeah. So the gist here is that Kat and Anna has to pass a stage where they eat a lot of food. So they've basically become like ninja, like big smoke ninja, big smokes. You get, after all, you gotta eat to keep your strength up. You know, Big Smoke said, "Carl, what you want? You gotta eat to keep your strength up, man." You've probably seen that cutscene before. It's all over the internet. Oh. Write the character. Yeah, we did it. Although it's harder than the one in the previous Kat and Anna stage, WarioWare Touched. Set to 12 o'clock. Alright, let's move on to the boss stage. Let's give these chubsters what they want. And I mean in a good way, like give them like some Clockenbell, yeah, if I ever, you know, if I ever went to like a Clockenbell, I would give them some nuts. Alright, we're up to the boss stage. Yeah, and of course, the gist here is that you add toppings on the cake. Sort of reminds me of the one of the mini games in Mario Party 7. I liked that mini game when I played Mario Party. It was kind of fun. And now you have to do some squirting. Yeah. Let him judge. Yeah, you got 80 points. If they were real, I would definitely take them over to Clockenbell and give them 2 number 9s. And some large sodas. Some large spunks. Alright, let's, I love these two. Let's move on to the next stage, but we gotta see the cutscene first.
9-volt.
Next up is 9-volt stage, and this is the last Nintendo themed stage in the game.
It's go time. Math class again? Come on.
You look less than pleased.
Yeah, 'cause math's the worst.
I know, we've all been there.
Frog? Why? We've been over this a million times. Pets aren't allowed in school.
Excuse me, I'm no pet. It's not as if you own me.
Hey, keep it down.
I'm worried, 9-Volt. You really hate
So yeah, the idea here is that
Kinda.
Frank, of course, came with, and he's trying to get 9-Volt into math.
this. A hero has 100 hit points and takes 56 damage from an enemy. What's his remaining HP?
44, right?
Exactly. Good work. Now let's try the next one. A wizard casts 12 spells, and each deals 42 damage. What's the total damage?
504.
Aha! See, you are good at math.
But that wasn't math. That was just video game stuff.
That's the idea. So just imagine math's a game, an RPG.
It's like math is a war, and these problems are the battles.
Sort of.
Numbers are our enemies.
Yeah.
Battle enemies.
It's expected to see 9-Volts, of course, not liking math class, because kids are like that. We've all been there, right? Yeah. I do like the nod to the original 9-Volt stage in WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, where it depicts 9-Volts in a an RPG like, oh crap, an RPG setting. Yeah, pet the dog. Alright, let's move on to the boss stage. Oh, and one thing I have to note before I go to the boss stage is, well, I failed at the micro game where you find the stylus of the 3DS, and the reasoning for this is because the placement of the stylus on my 3DS is different from the newer one. It's placed on the side. Yeah. But the 3DS shown in that cutscene is the new 3DS XL. And mine is the older model. Because I'm a cheapskate. Alright, let's go. Let's play the boss stage. And of course, you have to take the fish from the business guy. Oh, but you might not want to get that thing close to him, or else he gets mad. All right, we're up to the boss stage. No screwing around this time. We did it! Have to watch out for that crab.
Killing it. Bonus time.
Alright, you want to see what happens in the end? Alright. I'll show you.
Unbelievable.
Here it is, folks. The ending to the 9-Volt stage.
I did it. I beat the game.
Thanks to the help of Frank,
Thanks to my
9-Volt has completed his math exams, or
trying to make math fun, Frog.
math tests, or math schoolwork, or whatever you want to call it.
No, you enjoy it. An old guy like me's got to avoid the sweets.
And of course, even 9-Volt himself
One last month.
One.
That's
tells the Frank to, well, he offers the Frank to eat some desserts, but he refuses since he's got to avoid the sweets. And of course, Frank, of course, even tries to tell 9-Volt the secret of 8-bit yoga. I want to see what 8-bit yoga is like. Yeah. It's strange to think that an old guy has to stay away from the sweets because, yeah, I'm in in my early 20s, and And I still have an obsession with junk food. Yeah, I have an obsession with junk food and anything that's sweet. Yeah, I love to eat junk food, but sometimes I have to eat healthier things. There you go, though. That's me. Crazed junk food lunatic. Let's move on to the next stage, shall we?
Young Cricket, Master Mantis.
Next up is Young Cricket and Master Mantis' stage.
Here we go.
Is it me, or does Master Mantis sound a lot like Splinter?
We must train harder than ever. Push
Yeah, I'm thinking about
ourselves
Ninja
to the
Turtles.
edge. Right, body and
I watch too much Ninja Turtles. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This is why I have put us in the gravest of danger. But Master, isn't this a park for amusement? All these rides, so many balloons.
And yeah, even
Open your inner eye, Cricket.
even Young Cricket himself, well, he still looks like a girl rather than a boy.
Break the falls. Master, the plunge. From that height in those rapids, it's just a log, Master. Just a log. Thus we push ourselves.
Yeah.
Thus we accept.
I want to see someone do a gender-bent version of Young Cricket.
I am a fool. But eager
If anybody's watching this video,
follow me to
I want to see you do like a gender-bent version of Young Cricket. He looks like a girl, so it makes sense.
stampede and tame these untamable beasts. Prepare. Will you chase death or death chase you?
So yeah, the gist here is that Young Cricket goes to an amusement park and he has to master some of the scariest rides ever. Yeah. And even the intro to the, before like you play a microgame, involves Young Cricket riding on a horsey. Alright, let's move along.
You're on fire.
Let's move on to the boss stage.
You got it.
Alright, we're up to the boss stage, and are you ready for this?
Watch out.
Yeah, the boss stage in the Young Cricket stage in WarioWare Gold is the Pro Bowling boss stage in WarioWare Touched. You know, the one you play in the Mona stage. Yeah, that boss stage is my favorite boss stage in the entire WarioWare series. I'm glad it makes an appearance in WarioWare Gold. Yeah, except, well, you have 4 balls instead of 3 balls. Well, in the WarioWare Touched, you had like 3 balls. Alright, we knocked down the pins. If you're lucky enough, you'll get a strike. Just like in the other Pro Bowling boss stage in WarioWare Touched. Alright, let's take a gander at the ending cuts. Alright, here's the ending to the Young Cricket stage.
I survived, Master. No, barely. This steed, most of all, was my favorite. Nice horsey.
Yeah, nice horsey.
Yeah, there's that little girl.
Picked up a passenger. Oh, I didn't notice. Little girl, get off. So what's next, Master? A diamond wheel. But first, Cricket, the trial of the lost child. Yes, of course.
Come on, giddy up, horsey.
Yeah, she just wants to go with. I love this new character. The last stage before the Ultra League stages come into play is the Orbulon stage. Yeah, and Orbulon goes into a fast food restaurant. Yeah, you might have noticed that Orbulon's Oinker is smaller than before.
No salt, no grease. Go.
And that's the version of Orbulon depicted here, sort of like a chibi version.
Oh, earth food. So scrubby, so starchy.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Oinker had to be smaller. Just to make up for this drive-through scene. Drive-through mission for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, anyone?
A shake. The milky kind.
And yeah, someone actually made a video of that using the
Coming right up, frog. You got one.
video editor from
Brain freeze.
WarioWare Gold itself. I mean the cutscene editor, where you can add in your own
Gonna get ya.
voice lines. We'll get to that later.
Mega burgers, please. No. 10, please. Sorry, sir. We just sold our last one. Yeah, we're all out of hamburgers. Understood. I will procure the hams you require to complete my order. What? You still there? I may be a while. Locating hams is a risky biz. Sure.
Alright, so what does Orbulon do? Well, he goes around locating on the farm, looking for pigs. Get it? Hamburgers. Yeah, he should be looking for cows instead, since that's what hamburgers are actually made from. But if he did get those, it wouldn't be as funny though. So I could see why they did it. All right, let's play it.
I'm so pleased. So good.
All right, let's move on to the boss stage. We're up to the boss stage.
It's getting harder.
Yeah, and the boss stage here is that you have to try and spot the thief. Yeah. Let's see. Has to look like that guy. Nope, not that one. We're up to the boss stage again. Have to find the guy in the red shirt. This is sort of like a game of Where's Waldo. I think it could be that guy. We did it! I was right. Yeah, if there's one thing that Orbulon never fails at doing is trying to test our brains. Alright, let's move on to the Ultra stages. Here's one thing I have to take into account. The microgames of these stages we skipped over very quickly. And that's because these are basically like compilation stage, but I have to do it anyway for the sake of the review, because unlike the other compilation stages in the WarioWare games, these ones actually play a part into the story itself. Yeah, and they're two different teams. Alright, let's get going. Oh, we almost forgot about a cutscene featuring this little girl.
The greatest hero ever. Huh? Well, what time is it? Oh no, I fell asleep. Wario's gonna get away. Thanks for the snuggles.
So the gist here is that the little girl, whose name is Lulu, by the way, found out that she fell asleep, and of course, now she has to go after Wario. Yeah, this will come into play in the plot later. Here we go.
Guess I'll close up early tonight. Yo, Joe!
Yeah, the gang showed up.
Let's get this place bumping.
I'm on it. We'll pack your club in no time.
I would dance with Mona if I were you. I mean, come on, she's my waifu. I just want to dance with her. If she exists in real life.
That's my cue. Oh, I have some hot moves of my own. Just watch and learn. Oh, nice. How's my technique?
No one really draws a crowd? Music! Check this out!
Humans also enjoy novelty and surprise, and they'll love our creations. My games will blow.
So yeah,
away. They're simple. Find them.
Mike tells the
Then blow
instructions on the
It's fun to
the blowing games. Like,
tutorial now.
well,
I've got pop-up
that's to be
games.
expected
They're a lot like me, extremely
since
short
he's,
and almost
since
just
he
as
had
fun.
the microphone
Now let's party!
stages and the microphone the stages with the microphone micro games. You know what I mean, right? And of course, Frank tells you about the quicker games. Yeah, the faster micro games, the ones where you really have to act fast. Let's just get going. All right, here's Mona.
That was great.
You got to see her. You got to see my waifu. And of course, she has a cute little reaction on her face. Let's proceed to the boss. Alright, we're up to the boss stage.
Show me what you got.
And it's basically like one that we've already played. So, not much to see here, folks. Let's move on to the other Ultra League stage. But first, we gotta take a look at the cutscene. Here's the ending cutscene to the Ultra League microgame stage numero uno.
Oh yeah, I love it. The dance floor was on fire.
Yeah, everyone's having a good time.
People! Seems like everyone's having a good time.
Then we have achieved our goal. Oh, thanks to my rules.
We're still missing something. Oh yeah, Wario!
Did she say Wario? Come on, party.
Yeah,
Let's keep this group going.
she said Wario. After all, Wario is Mona's boyfriend. Yeah, if Wario and Mona danced together, they would definitely get jiggy with it. Alright, next up is, well, at least before the final stage begins, is Ultra League numero 2, featuring the Potluck Gang.
You're up.
Grills are hot, let's get cooking! Awesome! What did everyone bring? We got hot dogs!
So yeah, this gang, of course,
I brought this man's clothes.
comes over to a barbecue that's going on.
I brought carotene logs and save room for fresh oysters. The exploding kind. Carotene logs are radioactive.
Did you bring something for us, Ashley? I brought this. Garlic.
Hey, wait a minute, that's not garlic.
Ashley, that's mandrake root. It's crying. It can kill you.
What were you thinking, Ashley? I hope you get what's coming to you.
Bad idea. Cheer up, kiddo. I brought something else I know you'll really like. Are you saying what I think? We're gonna
play games?
Alright, let's get started.
Twist!
Alright, let's proceed to the boss stage. You've seen these micro games before. Alright, here's the boss stage. Yeah, it's the same one used in the 5-volt stage, so nothing to see here, folks. Oh, and on an unrelated side note, here's 5-volt's card. Here's the ending cutscene to the Ultra League microgame stage, numero dos.
18-volt, you just kicked my butt!
No big deal. I just got lucky. You know, we ought to invite Wario next time we do this.
Did you say next time? It sounds like Ashley's in. No, it doesn't. Then it's settled. Let's all meet up again tomorrow.
So yeah, they basically take a picture. Yeah, and even some Sasquatches appear in the background. Alright, are we ready for this? This is the final microgame stage in the game. The final microgame stage of the story mode.
Wario Deluxe. Let's go.
Yeah, as you can tell, Wario Man's been replaced with Wario Deluxe.
Here to collect your reward.
Well, at least in this game.
Too late, the prize was already claimed by me. That's right, you chumps. You never stood a chance, yeah.
Yeah, Wario basically puts on that thing, and he becomes the very man himself known as Wario Deluxe. And Wario was crazy to take that thing.
Now, do your worst. Next to me, you're all number 2.
Alright, we're ready. Let's get ready. Oh! Wrong one. Alright, let's just skip over to the half of the microgame stage, the first half. You know what happens when you complete like 10 microgames. Well, actually it's 11. Pretty close enough. Yeah. This is actually creative. I've never seen anything like this in any other final stage in the WarioWare game. Yeah, and you gotta think fast. Oh man. Well, before this happens, well, I actually played this game before and completed this stage before. Before this happens, let's take a look at the cutscene. Yeah, here's the in-between cutscene.
Getting too tough, kid? You can always give up.
Yeah, Lulu shoots arrows. And they don't miss. Yeah, and of course you it leads you to the half. Here we go. Yeah, I think we're almost up to the boss stage. Let's proceed to the boss stage. Here we go. Yeah, I think we're almost up to the boss stage. Let's proceed to the boss stage. Here we go.
Be careful.
Yeah, this is actually the second hardest boss stage in WarioWare history. The hardest is the one in WarioWare Twisted. Yeah, so you have to repeat the pattern, and it uses all of the controls to good use. Yeah. Here we go. This is getting intense, man. Oh! Actually, I have beaten this stage before. You get the idea. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I've beaten it once, and I'm glad I've beaten it. Yeah. This is pretty much like the Ace Combat 2 of WarioWare games. It's great and has many improvements over the original games, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, though. It's only going to be hard. Well, here's what happens when you eventually do beat the final boss stage. You get this cutscene.
What? I lost? Who are you?
Luxville's greatest hero, Walu!
Hero? I don't see it.
Enough! Give me back that pot you're wearing, or else!
Give up my crown? No way.
I'm giving you one last chance!
Uh-oh, you shouldn't mess with her.
You've left me with no choice!
She's got a water gun. Imagine seeing Lulu with an MP5 submachine gun. That would be hardcore.
Still, I've been holding it long enough!
Hey, what's that mean? Huh? Holding it?
This pot is a potty! It had just been cleaned and put out to dry when you
So yeah, it's eventually revealed that the pot that Wario has taken is actually a pot that belonged to Luxville.
That's it. Game over. Go home. Go away. You bother me.
Hold on! You were planning on paying us, right, Wario?
And of course, the rest of the gang eventually meets up with Wario.
Our share.
Princess, this one is mine.
Hey! That was easy.
No, Cricket. I'm on it. Precious frantic pounce.
Oh, quit faking. You'll be fine.
Look, it's so shiny. Don't you know stealing's wrong?
So is that all we made? Oh no, I think he spent all the rest.
Yeah, that's Wario for you.
We all get a cut, bro.
Yes, bro. We will compensate you, too. Now, let's split it up equally. Stop that now. No spitting.
Wario hasn't changed his greed at all.
You hear me? The cash is mine. It's mine. My Wario!
Yeah, you think by now that he would have learned his lesson, but nope. His greed hasn't changed one bit. That's Wario for you. Oh, and here's an alternate shot of Mona with a motorcycle helmet. She actually does give off that classic race car driver vibe, which I do like, by the way. I wish I could see Mona drive around in a Can-Am race car. Or, how about this? A BAC Mono. Yeah, it's a pretty cool car. Yeah, the endings. As I always say, the ending. Well, after the ending, it's basically just the credits. And of course, here's the epilogue.
Hey guys, I'm back! Your hero has returned!
There you are, Lulu. Did you sneak off to try out our new high-tech toilet?
Huh?
It's so refreshing. Even I must admit, it was love at first sight.
Yeah, so they bought a new toilet. There you have it. So yeah, here are the other modes that the game has to offer. The index, which is basically just an index of microgames. Challenge mode, which is basically a harder version of the microgames that we've already played. And of course the arcade, where you can get lots of cool prizes. Yeah, I've actually already gotten one. So let's try it out. Yeah, you got I got a phone code. And of course we have to take a look at the amiibo sketch. Yeah, this is basically a mode where you can scan your amiibos. I have an amiibo. Bear with me for it. Well, actually, I don't have the accessory that is supposed to work with the amiibos. But here's my amiibo anyways. It's a Princess Daisy amiibo, and secondary waifu choice. My primary waifu choice is Mona. Yeah, there you have it. It's basically a mode where you can scan your amiibos. I hope they come out with a WarioWare amiibo. Yeah, and that's the gist. And of course you got the missions, which is basically like a different achievements. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That wraps it up. So let's move on to what I think about WarioWare Gold. Here are my thoughts about the recently released WarioWare Gold. After a long absence, Nintendo finally gave us another WarioWare game, and it's great to see Nintendo is still making WarioWare games. Yeah, I'd hope that that it would be great after many years of waiting. Us WarioWare fans have been waiting a long time for a new WarioWare game to be released, and it finally paid off. This game was worth the wait. It combines all of the elements from the previous WarioWare games. You got the touch style, you got the classic button style controls of WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. The gyro sensing controls of WarioWare Twist It, the touch and microphone controls of WarioWare touched. Some of the micro games from WarioWare Smooth Moves, and even the couple of the boss stages even show up in the game itself, and the gamer stage from Game & Wario. And what does that all boil down to? A combiner robot package that combines the best elements from all of the WarioWare games, with the exception of the create your own micro games mode in WarioWare DIY. And thus, that makes, those reasons alone make it the perfect WarioWare game. Oh, and it even has fully voice-acted cutscenes for the first time in the WarioWare series. Because before the WarioWare series, all the cutscenes, of course, were shown in text only. But this time, it's full-on voice acting. And yes, Leslie Swan reprises her role as Mona. Which, of course, is a good thing. Someday, I'm gonna get an autograph from Leslie Swan. I'm gonna get that box copy of WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames autographed by Leslie Swan herself. And I can have a unique copy of WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames, just because it had Leslie Swan's autograph on it. Well, that is if I ever see her. Yeah, so WarioWare Gold is like a WarioWare fan's dream come true. And heck, it even has a mode where you can basically replace all the lines in all the default lines in the cutscenes of WarioWare Gold itself with your own, or you can do a Big Smoke style Orbulon cutscene, and basically replace his lines with what the Big Smoke said in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know, the drive-thru mission, you all know about it. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. You can't do that in Kid Icarus Uprising, and you certainly can't do that in any 3DS Fire Emblem game. And you certainly can't do that in, well, any of the Mario games that have cutscenes. So yeah, WarioWare Gold most definitely deserves a 10 out of 10. The only other WarioWare game in my reviews to get a perfect score. And that means that WarioWare Gold is the second game that gets a perfect score. Sure, it has some flaws. And of course, the boss stage is pretty hard. Not as hard as the boss stage from WarioWare Twisted. In fact, I might have learned how to, well, possibly complete the boss stage in WarioWare Twisted. So, I might consider going back to WarioWare Twisted and try to beat the boss stage and see if I learn some things. Yeah. So yeah, being the perfect WarioWare game doesn't mean that it should be the easiest WarioWare game, because it's certainly not an easy game, man. It's a challenging game. The final boss, as I said, the final boss stage is like the reminds me of the boss stage in WarioWare Twisted, except you have different ways to play the game aside from twisting the whole console by using the gyro sensing technology. You know what I mean. So yeah, things are looking good for the WarioWare series, and I look forward to seeing what the WarioWare series brings us next. Who knows? Someday we'll eventually get a WarioWare game on the Nintendo Switch. But for now, we got the awesome WarioWare Gold to suffice. And that's good enough for me. Yep. So, to say it simply, WarioWare Gold is like a combiner robot package of the best things from WarioWare. It's like WarioWare greatest hits. But with some things added to it. So yeah, if you don't have this game in your collection yet, and if you have like a 3DS and you don't have this game in your collection yet, I'd say pick it up. This game belongs in your 3DS collection. If you have 3DS games and you don't have this game, well, you should get it. It most definitely deserves to be in your collection. So yeah, that about wraps it up for WarioWare Gold. I'm so glad I got that game. And I'm so glad I finally got to hear Mona's voice. That beautiful voice of hers brought me to tears. It's so beautiful. See you later, alligator.